What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Gaijin Hideout. I'm Jeff. With me, special guest, my dog Tommy, who wanted to be babied for a little bit. So we're hanging out together for this reaction video. But we're back today to react to Elden Ring Nightreign and the overview trailer that was just dropped. I haven't actually checked this out in quite a while. I think the last thing I saw for it was the initial announcement trailer. I know they've had a few like job overview trailers and things like that, or vocation overview trailers, maybe class overview trailers, and also a beta. You know, I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter. I've been kind of preoccupied with that. I'm kind of wondering, you know, the farther I get away from it, I'm kind of wondering how interested I am in a Elden Ring roguelike, and like just how good that's gonna be. So I was waiting for something more information dense like this to drop so we could kind of just like dive through it. And yeah, let's just get into it. Let's see what we're working with here, you know, because I had an initially very positive impression, and hopefully it stays that way. But I've just been thinking, I'm like, do I really want this? So I guess we're gonna find out. Oh. Ooh, okay. More polish on the gameplay footage I'm seeing this time.
Is a co-op survival action game where you navigate a vast and dangerous field with other players.
Okay, what are they calling it?
Where you
co-op.
Elden Ring Nightreign.
Co-op survival action game. So I guess maybe not roguelike or whatever I said. Maybe that's what they're calling it now. I just still want to say out the gate, this was one thing I noticed in the initial trailer. The gameplay was still a little buggy or laggy. I'm not sure how, you know, how you'd want to call it, but that is, I remember that from the first trailer. This looks a lot cleaner now.
Game where you navigate a vast and dangerous field with other players. You must become one of the Nightfarers, fighting through the endless night and taking on scores of vicious foes over the span of 3 days.
Right. Part 1, Limbeld. Okay, this is going to be like some of the other ones we've seen.
Country that thrived thanks to the power.
I like this format, by the way. I've seen more games going in this direction. Dragon's Dogma 2 was like this. Monster Hunter was like this. They eventually just put out an overview like this.
Gods.
Like a multi-part overview.
Now nearing its end, gradually being eroded by the night that has saturated the land. You will be deployed to Limbo to hunt the Night Lords as a level 1 character. In your current state, you won't stand a chance against that type of overwhelming power. You must gain the strength to survive by moving swiftly and skillfully. It's up to you to choose your route within the limited time you have before night falls.
Okay.
You can choose to hunt enemies and level up. Search for treasures, weapons, and items. Infiltrate bases guarded by soldiers to gather information from hidden operational maps. Or challenge powerful enemies, wandering the land and lurking in heavily infested fortresses to obtain equally powerful rewards.
I feel like I feel like I'm going to play this very conservatively if it's like Elden Ring. But if I recall correctly, everything's much faster. It looks like the characters are moving much faster, so maybe it encourages a more aggressive play style to get through the map a bit more than like you would in normal Elden Ring. Because I know from playing, I've played like Risk of Rain. I tried Risk of Rain 2. I just didn't like the 3D compared to the 2D. And then I've played like Dead Souls. And you have to move really quickly in those. From what I remember. Yeah, interesting.
To obtain equally powerful rewards.
Yeah, he's moving fast there. Yeah, they're moving fast, damn.
Divide and conquer. Your character's skills, playstyle, and traits should guide your priorities.
I've never played a game like this where it's been co-op either, by the way. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what is like the 3D co-op you know, game that's out there that's like this that you can make a comparison to. I've only played like these smaller indie ones.
The layout of Limbo will change each time you visit. With every expedition, bases, types of enemies, chest rewards, and other features of the field will fluctuate.
It does look pretty good
Sometimes your
now.
exploration may be interrupted by enemy ambushes. Or you may
Oh
encounter
no, you
unpredictable
can just get
events
ambushed by Mog?
by enemy ambushes.
Okay.
Or you may encounter unpredictable events, like sudden meteor strikes.
Are they going to be truly unpredictable? Like random?
Even more dramatic changes can also appear, like erupting volcanic craters bubbling with lava, or dark forests shrouded with corruption that rots anyone who dares explore it. In this constantly shifting world, you will face new choices as the battlefield evolves.
What is that?
with each
What is that?
expedition. Evaluate every situation. Use
Okay, so they do seem pretty. This was a question I remember we had. It was like, how much is the landscape really going to shift? They seem. It sounds like they're committed to it shifting mid game.
ambushes, where you may encounter unpredictable events, like sudden meteor strikes. Even more dramatic changes can also appear, like erupting volcanic craters bubbling with lava,
You know, are they saying
or
like
dark forests
the stage
shrouded
itself
with
will change
corruption
once you're already in
that
it,
rots anyone who dares explore it.
or just
In this constantly
The-
shifting
this-
world,
like
you will
per
face
day?
new
Or
choices as the battlefield evolves with each expedition.
that looks crazy.
Evaluate
Whatever
every
that is.
situation. Use your skills to fight back.
Oh, there's the
and
Chaos
survive
Tower. I remember that Chaos Tower.
through the night.
Surely it's just going to be random layouts, right? I guess I can look that up. I guess people have played the beta enough
As
that I can
darkness
check that out.
blankets Limveld, the night's tide will begin to cover the field,
Ooh.
narrowing your range of traversal.
Whoa, look at this thing.
You will be driven towards an unavoidable confrontation.
What is that? That
harsh
looks like
battle
a Souls
ensues
boss.
As various powerful enemies arrive,
I'm guessing.
some of your allies may fall before their mighty attacks, but this isn't the end. Critically injured allies can rejoin the fight if you attack them using your skills and weapons. You
Okay.
can also rescue them from afar using tools like bows or magic. These battles are tough, but don't give up. Use all the powers you
Okay.
have gathered in Limveld to survive and overcome.
Interesting choice to make it. You just hit him with an attack. I guess that works.
8 Nightfarers assembled to defeat the Night Lord. Each Nightfarer possesses different weapons and unique powers.
Let me check that.
8
Wilder,
Nightfarers
Guardian, Iron Eye,
assembled
Duchess. That looks dope.
to defeat
Raider, Recluse,
the Night
dope.
Lord.
Executor,
Each
also
Nightfarer
dope.
possesses different weapons and unique passive abilities, skills,
Okay.
and ultimate arts. Wilder, a knight proficient in a wide range of melee weapons,
Yo,
grappling
nice.
hooks to pull
Get a little
enemies.
counter.
or swiftly close distances. You can
Oh,
also launch
grappling hook.
explosive iron or swiftly close distances.
I'm really curious to see how well each of these play individually, because it's not like I really felt like in Elden Ring, it's not like every single weapon like slaps to me. You know, I just kind of found something that worked for me eventually. I'm not that prolific of a Elden Ring player. So I haven't really I like would never dream of using a bow in Elden Ring, the main game. So I'm curious to see how they balance this, like what it plays like. Does it really feel like Elden Ring at this point?
You can throw grappling hooks to pull enemies or swiftly close distances. You can also launch explosive iron spikes that deal a powerful blow to any enemy.
Oh, that was sick.
A warrior equipped with a massive shield excels in
Okay,
defense.
this is the tank.
Their skill Whirlwind
Oh,
can lift enemies off their feet and deflect arrows.
that's cool.
Their art, Wings of Salvation, repels approaching enemies and deploys
That
a
is-
magic circle to
Whoa.
save allies from dire situations.
Oh, so it's like
Iron Eye, an art
that's kind of cool. It's like a tank with a little bit of healing or buffing, or is it reviving?
situations. Iron
Wow.
Eye, an archer who never misses a foe's weakness.
This is the one I'm wondering, like, is anyone gonna really enjoy this? Using a bow in a Souls game?
Iron Eye, An archer who never misses a foe's weakness. Controls enemies from a distance.
Okay.
His marking skill injures and pressures the enemy, greatly disrupting their poise and creating openings to exploit. His art single shot fires a supersonic arrow that pierces through every enemy and obstacle, ensuring no escape.
Okay, so you're gonna use him to damage poise. I don't know. Just you gotta like really nail the hit stop on archers. I feel like, and the way that they animate and move. You know, I feel like Dragon's Dogma 2 did a good job getting us hyped for their archer vocation. I don't know. I don't know. It didn't look like. You can watch it back one more time, just to see, make sure I'm giving it a fair shot. I just don't know if it hits right.
Eye and eye. An archer who never misses a foe's weakness. Controls enemies from a distance. His marking skill injures and pressures the enemy.
I don't know.
Greatly disrupting their poise.
It's pretty
and
quick.
Creating openings to exploit. His art.
I'm sure the poise disruption thing will be useful.
Sonic arrow that pierces through every enemy and obstacle, ensuring no escape.
Had to answer my front door real quick. Let's keep going.
Duchess, a virtuous thief with quick reflexes.
That looks cool.
To confuse enemies.
Oh.
After attacking.
What was that? Wait, what was that? What did she do there?
Duchess, a virtuous thief with quick reflexes.
She's throwing. She's got like a remote detonation device or something.
After attacking, she can use the skill Restage to reenact what just happened and deal damage again. Her art finale hides her and nearby allies from the enemy's view, giving them a chance to adjust their positions or create an ambush.
Ooh. Okay, I mean that could be interesting. I don't know if we've had full stealth in like an Elden Ring, in the Elden Ring game. There's only been one. Have we had that? And then the replay. I'm curious to see how that like restage or whatever it was called, like how that actually ends up working. That seems like a very interesting. Like I was going to have very particular uses.
Or create an ambush.
Seems like it could be fun.
Raider, a seafarer who is
this one just looks dope.
Unyielding in battle, doesn't flinch at minor attacks.
Okay.
Rampages through enemies.
Offensive
His
tank.
skill retaliate. Strikes back with a powerful blow. It cannot be interrupted by enemy attacks.
Oh, that's cool. Whoa.
His art, Totem Stellar, summons a colossal gravestone.
Ooh.
It serves as an attack to dispel enemies, acts as a wall to block projectiles, and amplifies the strength of allies through its protective aura.
That sounds really good.
A wielder of ancient
That sounds like a guy you definitely. That sounds like a guy you definitely want on your team. All of that sounds very OP, I guess, compared to maybe like the archer or something.
And amplifies the strength of allies through its protective aura. Recluse, a wielder of ancient magic, collects the elemental attributes attached.
This one just looks cool. Look at her. Look at her.
Magic. Collects the
she's got like a
attributes
teleport
attached to enemies and allies to produce different types of powerful magic.
Whoa!
Such as lightning-based or fire-based spells.
What is that? What is that supposed to be? Is that just her? Is she just aura farming there, or is she protecting herself?
To produce different types of powerful magic, such as lightning-based.
Oh, it looks like it. Yeah, it's an AOE.
Or fire-based spells.
It's an AOE with aura farming.
Her art, Soul Blood Song.
Whoa!
Also brand foes with an archaic glyph of blood that allows allies to recover health and magic by attacking them.
Okay, that sounds
by
really good.
The style, skill, and ultimate arts of these knight farers, you may be able to survive and defeat the knight.
Is that all of them? I thought I saw one other. Executioner? I don't know if they talked about... Wasn't there like an executioner? Or am I crazy? I think so far, if I'm going and looking, I'm liking the Raider and the... what was this one called? Wow. The Raider, the Recluse magic user, I guess. The recluse, the raider, and the yeah, right here. Wasn't there? There's one more
to defeat the Night Lord.
I guess we'll look up what that is, or we can find out what that is later. But maybe these are all the ones that have been revealed so far.
Passive abilities, skills.
I think I like raider, recluse, and then maybe either this first one.
And ultimate arts, melee weapons.
Which was this one, right?
Throw grappling hooks to pull.
The wilder.
In a wide range of melee weapons.
Yeah, either the wilder or the
rampages through enemies.
What was this other one? The stealth one, Duchess. Yeah, so I'm liking raider and recluse, and then maybe like Duchess or wilder for that. It's really going to depend on how harrowing these levels are. You know, Elden Ring makes you. Like, when I think of normal Elden Ring, I think of, like, you know, now it's going to be multiplayer. I'm thinking, like, we should just take extra precaution with everything, you know. So maybe, like, I want to use that defensive tank and the offensive tank and the mage that can perform the soul drains or something like that. Or the HP draining attack, all just to be extra safe. But I don't know, like, maybe that's going to limit how quickly we progress in a day. Maybe that's overkill. It's kind of hard to tell what this game's going to play like. Sorry, let me get back here.
By mastering the style, skill, and ultimate arts of these Nightfarers, you may be able to survive and defeat the night.
Oh, who's she? She's pretty.
The Hidden Round Table Hold serves as a base for Nightfarers preparing for battle in Limveld. Relics recovered from expeditions can enhance your abilities when equipped before deployment. Relics have a diverse...
Okay, let me see. I'm just Googling. Sorry, I'm just Googling just to see if we have information. The Executor is the first of the two currently nameless Nightfarers leaked, though they haven't come as a surprise. Details about the then nameless Executor were swiftly extracted from Nightraign's reveal. Their signature weapon appears to be a long sword, which is able to be enchanted with what looks like holy energy in preparation for a giant slash. What players are most concerned with, however, is the Executor's potential passive ability, appearing to be dealing permanent deflecting hard-tier status that gives them Sekiro-like parries with any weapon. For those who want that, the Executor could be a game changer. I don't know how true this is. I just found it on Game Rant, but I guess maybe that's like a parry class or something, but it's more offensive.
The Hidden Round Table Hold serves as a base for Nightfarers preparing
this is
for
cool.
battle in Limveld.
It looks it looks different.
From expeditions can enhance your abilities when equipped before deployment.
It looks more peaceful.
Relics have a diverse assortment of effects, ranging from increasing stats to altering the performance of skills.
What am I seeing on here? Let's pause these.
Relics have a diverse assortment
of... Polished luminous stone. Endurance +1. Okay. So you can augment your stamina. Magic attack power up.
effects.
Improved stone digger sorcery. Poise +1. Holy attack power up 1.
Ranging
Dex, intelligence.
from increasing stats.
Okay, it's not too far. I guess it's not too far away from core Elden Ring, I guess.
Altering the performance of skills. Different relic combinations can alter your gameplay experience. So try out different approaches and see what suits you best for the journey ahead.
Okay.
In a corner of the back room, a small jar merchant operates a bazaar selling various goods.
Okay.
Once you accumulate the currency
look at him.
earned as battle rewards,
Merc.
it might be worth checking what's on sale.
All right.
Using the fitting mirror, you can unlock new costumes with Merc and change your appearance.
Okay.
These outfits allow you to change your Nightfarer's style to suit your tastes.
That's cool.
Some costumes might even look familiar.
Are these from is that from Bloodborne and then the older Souls games?
Fragments of your lost memories may return, giving you glimpses of who you once were. By recovering these fragments of lost memory, you can fill in the blanks of your Nightfarer's blurred recollections.
Okay.
In these memories, conversations with other Nightfarers or residents of the Round Table Hold might reveal new objectives. Achieving these goals during adventures in Limveld will help unravel the past, revealing each Nightfarer's origins and purposes.
So they have a reveal as you play story built in and in the game and across all the different iterations of the game you go through, I guess. That's interesting. I just assuming it is, because my understanding is it's like a parallel universe, or where it's several universes pulled in together or something like that. I'm curious to see if it draws you in enough to, get you invested in that. But that definitely, it's nice that it's not just a throwaway every time and there's a little bit of lore building going on. We'll just see if people care about the lore building in, the alternate universe or whatever. But I'm pretty ignorant about how it, it's actually going to play out. So, but it's nice that they're thinking that way. That makes me think it's a lot less like each session and the game as a whole is a lot less like disposable. There's a little bit more substance they're sneaking in there, I guess.
Come together at this Round Table Hold, and why they fight.
Okay. Is it learning about each of the ones you can play as, maybe? Is that what it is? Night Lords. Okay, here we go.
Waiting for players on the third day in Limveld.
Ooh,
the Nightfarers are the only warriors remaining who can stop them and save.
Okay, let's look at what we got, what we're working with here. I heard some of these are from other Souls games, and some of these are
the Night Lords are the ultimate
original. This is like some kind of Cerberus thing, Breeze Fire.
Waiting for players on the.
This looks fucking crazy. This looks like from
third day in
what
Limveld.
even is that from?
The Nightfarers are the only warriors remaining who can stop them and save this land from total obliteration.
It's a centaur?
Battling a Night Lord.
What is that? That's the Cerberus has of course. These dogs wielding swords. These games love to just give you a giant dog wielding a sword.
Boast's overwhelming attack power and toughness will be more challenging than anything faced in Limveld.
Oh, these look rough. These do look really rough.
To resist this threat. By carefully navigating Limveld.
Did it just split in two?
There are ways to resist this threat. By carefully
no, it was already split into. So it splits up periodically.
Acquiring more powerful tools and weapons with attributes effective against each Night Lord. Discovering relics and growing as a fighter through experience and observation.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. This guy's back. Oh, wow.
Will be within reach.
Whoa.
Set forth on this thrilling and fast.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Wait, that looks new. He's got a tail this time? Godric the Grafted?
And fast-paced
what the fuck?
Adventure filled with danger and achievement.
That guy reminds me of like the mini bosses that don't feel like mini bosses in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
And achievement. Dare to stand together against the fall of night.
All right, May 30th. Wow, that's coming up soon. Damn. All right. And it's coming out on everything? Right? Yeah, I see it down there. Interesting. All right, well, I mean, look, it definitely looks pretty good for what it is. Okay, so I'll start with things that I think this trailer might have like addressed that give me even more of a positive view on it. The performance of the game looks way better. I know that's kind of like you expect that to be fixed, and maybe the first trailer was a little early, so you expect it to be working by the time it comes up, but you never know. You just never know. But it looks a lot more polished now than what I saw before. It also looks the content, like especially in the maps, like the diversity of content in the maps potentially seems like it's a lot more diverse than what that first trailer let on. And you know, I know people have like played the beta and talked about it and stuff, but I'm just going blindly off of what I'm being marketed with, you know, here as a gamer, as a potential consumer. So I'm just going from the first trailer to this one. You know, the world looks more cohesive. The gameplay looks more fluid. You know, polished. I could see this working as like a coherent game, basically. It's cool. We got to see a little bit more examples of like the players moving around and stuff. It's faster. It doesn't seem like, you know, game breakingly faster, but it's definitely, you could definitely tell you're running a lot faster. It seems like it's going to be a more fast paced game, but using similar mechanics to Elden Ring. So I don't know if it's going to be that huge of a learning curve to like understand it, how to play it. It does still seem like it could be a significantly different like combat strategy to Elden Ring. The character options are interesting. I don't know if any of them I'm like stoked about. Maybe that's just because I've played. I don't know. I haven't played like, you know, like I said, I haven't played any games that are like a perfect like comparison to this, like because I haven't really played any roguelikes or whatever you want to call it now, action combat game or whatever that is like a 3D game. It's mostly been 2D games, but you know, like I really like Dragon's Dogma 2, so I make comparisons to that game. And so like the vocations in that game had a lot of like added like aura and like badass stuff you could do. I would say like these ones are like less about badassery and more about like interesting combinations of mechanics for some of them. You know, like the Wilder is kind of like seems like a basic warrior pairing class, but then it has like a you know, an explosive spike. This guy I thought was, you know, just going to be a defensive tank, but he flies up really high and can like ground pound and push people back. That's like a nice combination. This Duchess being able to like, what would you say? Like go and like turn invisible, but also like replay their like a damaging move that just happened. This seems kind of interesting. And then of course the Raider and the Witch, I'll just call it the Witch, whatever this one was called, Recluse. Those both look dope and they seem kind of OP. The Archer I wasn't really sure about. We didn't really hear about the Executor. It seems like it could be maybe a much needed like additional offensive option. That's not just an offensive tank or like your all around one. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm realizing I'm blocking some of these as I'm mousing over it, but you know, you get the idea. Yeah, overall, I would say they're like interesting, but they're not like, I'm not particularly hyped about any of them besides the two I mentioned, the Raider and the Recluse. Yeah, it just seems like a very cohesive game overall. Things I'm still a little uncertain about is I just don't know if like this adds up to like a game that's like just kind of very different from Elden Ring. Sorry. One more thing I wanted to say that I thought was a big plus is I like that they're trying to weave in the Elden Ring style like discoverable lore into the game. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a cool way to make these games, not just like not just totally rely on the fun, like addictive, like repeatable grind loop of playing playing a session of a game like this. It's cool that they have some things that are persisting over, and like instead of persisting over, permanent stat boosts, you're persisting over like narrative plot developments and stuff. In using like the core way that Elden, this FromSoft likes to tell stories. So I thought that's interesting, assuming that we're all going to find it interesting, I guess. So moving on now, the thing that I'm just a little unsure about is like, I could see this being a game that people are like, oh, this is like an 8 out of 10. Yeah, they did a good job with this. This is pretty good. Nobody asked for this, but it's like pretty good. I just don't know if it's going to be like legendary, or like a super fun experience. I don't know if it's going to drag people who play like, who are permanent multiplayer fans, or what am I trying to say? Like people that regularly play like a multiplayer game like Marvel Rivals or, Monster Hunter, I guess that one counts. I play Monster Hunter regularly. I don't know if it's going to permanently drag them away from those games or like, permanently get them interested in this game, and for the people that are already Elden Ring fans, maybe it's like their babies, their first steps into like a multiplayer driven experience like this, baby's first Souls-like, except or roguelike, except it's maybe it's really hard like a Souls game is. But I'm just wondering if just like the sum total of all of these changes to how the game plays in this new genre, I'm just wondering how much it's going to feel like Elden Ring, how much it's going to capture that like exploratory action RPG experience that everybody really likes, and of course like the insane difficulty level and stuff. I don't know how. I'm curious to see how they marry that with the roguelike thing with like the time limit and everything like that. So I just don't know. I'm pretty confident they're going to make it like good. I just don't know if it's going to be like amazing. And I guess based on that, do we know how much they're going to sell it for? Because like if they were doing this for like $30 or something, I could. Okay, it's $40. I mean, it's pretty. It seems like it's pretty content dense. It's FromSoft, so you could say it's worth the markup. I just don't know how long people are gonna play it for. Like I have 120 hours in Elden Ring, and I would consider myself a very casual Elden Ring player. I mean, I tried I did a hardcore run fairly successfully in the game recently, but it was my first one, and I've got several hundred hours in other games like Monster Hunter and stuff. I just don't know if I would like do that for this, so I'm curious to see how it goes. I may wait for reviews to like check it out. I may wait like just a month or two while it's out, after it comes out, and then maybe I'll check it out myself. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this game, how you're feeling about it, if you're really hyped for it. I want to hear from people that are like really hyped about this, like what's got them really stoked about it. And let me know your opinion regardless. Let me know if you feel like me, like you're like maybe on the fence, or if you've got like a really strong opinion against it, let me know as well. So like I said, I'm kind of decided I wanted to stay kind of blind on this, and it's just like a normal consumer, not like avidly follow the release cycle of this step by step. So that's my general impressions as a fellow consumer, as a fellow, person who's going to buy it and potentially buy it and play it like you guys. So I want to hear what you guys have to say about it as well. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the breakdown of this trailer. And my main thing that I do, by the way, is I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gaijin Hideout. And, right now we're doing a lot of Monster Hunter, a little bit of Elder Scrolls, like the Oblivion remaster. And we can always go back to Elden Ring as well. We've done that in the past, things like that. I like action RPGs, JRPGs, RPGs in general. That's kind of my thing here. A little bit of East, a little bit of stuff from the East, a little bit of stuff from the West. But yeah, just stuff that I like. So if you vibe with what I'm putting out, definitely join us in chat over there. We'd love to see you. Anyways, thanks so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.